All right, we are back to where it all started with quarterback Sam Howell, the first guest ever on the Ball Boy podcast. A year later, here to do another episode. But this year, though, will be a little bit different. Not only is Sam now a Seahawk, but the channel has evolved, hopefully for the better. But Sam, how's Seahawk Nation treating you so far?
Yeah, it's been great. Obviously super excited to be in Seattle and be a part of the Seahawk organization. Obviously had some good times in Washington and hated to leave, but at the same time happy to be in a new city, happy to be on a new team, and workouts and practice have been going really well so far. So I'm excited about my new home.
Heck yeah, it's good to hear that. But or so as for you guys, this episode will be continuing the new series Inside and Out to learn more about Sam. So for those of you that don't know or haven't seen the previous videos, we'll basically be starting with baseline questions and then progressively getting deeper as the episode goes on. So it's very similar to the card game. I always say we're not really strangers, but more in a interview format. So the depth of each question will increase as we go on, and you feel like you know the guest pretty well at the end of the episode. So stick around and let's get rolling. Sam, what's been your favorite aspect of the city of Seattle so far?
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's a beautiful place. There's so many cool views. Whether it's the lakes or the mountains, the trees, like there's a lot of like things that you see just driving on the road that like you never thought you'd really see. Like there's a famous mountain out here, Mount Rainier, which is like a big famous mountain. There's always snow on top of it, and on a clear day, like it's just so beautiful. And our facility is right on the water of Lake Washington, and so
Wow.
like literally in our meeting rooms, like I'm looking at the lake. There's windows in our quarterback room where like you see boats driving by, you see houses out on the lake. Like it's a beautiful place, and when the weather's nice, it's beautiful. It does rain pretty often, so
Yeah.
there's a lot of cloudy days, but it's starting to clear up and the weather's starting to get a lot better. But no, it's just a beautiful city, fun place to live, that's for sure.
Heck yeah. I've also heard the food there is not too bad. Throw me your favorite restaurant in Seattle so far.
Yeah, I don't know if I like a place good enough to have a favorite yet, but um, we've gone to there's like a famous market called Pike Place Market downtown Seattle that I've been to a few times. There's just so many good spots in there to just grab quick bites to eat. They have a bunch of stuff you can get down there, and it's just a fun place to walk around. But I'm still trying to venture out to some more restaurants, and hopefully we can come back to that
Yeah.
question. But the food has been great so far.
Yeah, heck yeah. I mean, it's living up to the billing, I guess, so that's good. But I honestly I didn't even realize Seattle had so much natural, beautiful scenery. What do you like? Do you take advantage of it? Like, what's your favorite hobby outside of playing ball?
Yeah, I mean, I like to play a little golf.
Uh,
Every now and then I'll get out and play some golf when we have some free time, sometimes on the weekends. But yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful place. When the weather's nice, it's a tough place to beat.
yeah,
There's hardly, when it's a clear sunny day, which isn't as often as we'd like,
yeah,
it's beautiful, man. So you definitely got to take advantage of the good days that you get, and for me, that's getting outside, maybe playing a little golf.
yeah. Besides the weather, what is like the most drastic difference between DC or even Charlotte, which is where you're from, and Seattle?
I mean, I think it's just being so far away from home,
Hmm.
and family and friends. It's obviously, I try to come home a lot on the weekends when I can, and obviously the flight is long, but I think you just got to make those sacrifices to get back home and see the people that you love. But yeah, definitely, the time change is tough as well. 3 hour time difference. But yeah, just being so far, is the only bad thing. But it's been good. The guys on the team are cool, and I've been able to develop some good relationships, and it's definitely a lot of fun being at work.
Yeah. What's the first thing that went through your head when you got news that you were going to be a Seattle Seahawk?
I mean, it's funny because last year when we played in Seattle, I just remember thinking how cool it was. The stadium, the fans, just the atmosphere here in Seattle was unlike anything I've ever experienced before. And I've always known in the back of my head like, dang, that would be a cool place to play. And so, when when I got traded here, I was excited, excited about the opportunity to come out here, and I think it's a good football team. I think there's a lot of good players on the team, so I'm excited to, kind of find my role and just try to learn as much as possible and be ready for my opportunity if it comes. So I'm excited to be here. I think there's some good things in the future for us.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. Did you find out about the trade via social media, or were you actually told by someone in the front office?
No, I found out before. I
Okay.
kind of knew like Um, Adam Peters, the new GM in Washington, he was great to me throughout the whole process, and I'm super thankful for him just for how good of a communicator he was throughout the whole thing, and him and Coach Dan Quinn called me and kind of let me know the news before it all got out. But yeah, just thankful. I think everything throughout my whole trade process was just done the right way on both sides. So I'm
Yeah.
definitely thankful for that.
Yeah. Quick side note: did you know that Seattle's crowd caused an earthquake?
I
Did you
did
know
not
that?
know that. It does not surprise me, but I did not know that.
Isn't that crazy? You're about
Yeah,
to
that's
see it
wild.
firsthand.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Obviously we played out here last year and we had the ball down 7 in the 4th quarter.
Your ears
And
were buzzing.
I've never experienced anything like that. It was
Yeah.
so loud. We had to call so many timeouts just to try to get on the same page just because it's so hard to communicate. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be glad to be on the other side of that this year.
Heck yeah. Yeah. So I heard through the grapevine that you have a new diet. Uh, as far as I know, you love chicken, but that's pretty much the extent of it. Tell me, like, in depth, kind of more about this new diet.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think everyone pretty much knows that I don't really eat red meat or seafood, which is kind of how I've always been. But just trying to eat a little more healthier, and take better care of my body. And I feel like I do a really good job of working out and staying in shape. I just think I can do a better job in the diet aspect of making sure my body is in the best shape possible. So right now I'm currently just trying to eat healthier. I'm doing no bread, no added sugar, only water, no fried food.
No sweet tea?
Shout out, no sweet tea, only water.
Oh,
Shout out to Bo May. Bo May's the one who put me on the diet. He's been going on it strong, and he just looks great and says he feels great all the time. So he's kind of the one that inspired me to start doing it. So we'll see how long I can make it.
so does this new diet disqualify you as the chicken ambassador of the NFL?
No, it's still I'm still
All
I'm
right.
still eating chicken.
Make sure.
Just
Just
no,
making sure.
just yeah, just gotta get rid of the bad things.
There you go. Yeah.
Chicken's good for you,
Um,
man. If you eat it the right way, it's good for you.
absolutely. Come on now. I know that. I'm a big chicken guy myself. Um, but all right, enough talk about food. Let's talk about the Seahawks. What's one guy in the offense that you've really developed a close bond with, if you were to pinpoint a single guy?
You talking about like on the field or?
Yeah, yeah, like throughout practice, like a guy on the same side of the ball as you.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's obviously, there's a lot of guys, and we have a lot of guys in the room right now, a lot of receivers, a lot of tight ends, a lot of running backs, just because we don't have to scale the roster down to 53 until after training camp and stuff. So I've been in there a lot of guys. I really can't pinpoint one guy right now just because I've gotten so many reps with so many different guys. But I like the guys that we have. We have so many good weapons on the team, and it's just going to be a lot of fun to play in this offense. It's an offense that is definitely going to utilize the talent that we have, which is
Yeah.
very exciting, and it's been fun to learn the offense so far. And today was our 5th practice, so it's been fun to go out there and go against our defense and put it on the field. But I like where we're at. Offensively, I think we got some good things, in the future for us.
Is there any defensive players in particular that have stood out to you? I've heard some incredible things about Spoon. I don't know what have
Yeah,
you.
Spoon can play. Yeah, I was gonna say Spoon as well. He can play just the way he can, break on some of the outcut throws, and he's tough to go against. You gotta know where he's at on every single play. The one thing he's really good at is just disguising different things. Just because he does, they will blitz him at times, and he likes to disguise when he's gonna blitz, when he's not gonna blitz. So that's one thing our defense is doing a really good job of is disguising different things. And Coach Mike McDonald, man, he's a great coach. Probably one of the smarter, if not the smartest coach I've ever been around. So it's just been fun to go against those guys every single day, and I think at the end of the day, it's gonna make me better.
Yeah, dude. One thing like about Mike McDonald that comes to mind immediately is Byron Murphy is one of the biggest dudes I've ever seen. I'm very intrigued what he's gonna do with him. I think that's going to be a really fun toy for him to figure out how to utilize best.
Yeah, Murph's pretty big. Yeah, he's a big dude. And great player. So I'm excited. I'm obviously excited that we got him here in Seattle, and obviously, I think our defense is gonna be really good, just with Mike calling the shots and the talent that we have out there. So I'm excited, man. I can't wait.
Yeah. Run me through real quick a typical day in your life. I'm curious because it's not obviously it's not like regular season, but like what goes on throughout the hours of the day.
Yeah, so like right now we're in what's called OTAs.
Hmm.
So we have so I think the number is maybe 10 OTA practices that we can have. So our day, we start the first thing we have is a team meeting at 9 o'clock. So for me, I usually get up a little bit before 7 o'clock, and then I'm usually in the building by 7:30, which kind of gives me an hour, which gives me an hour and a half before meetings start to, do some extra studying, get my body ready to go for the day. And so I'm usually in the building by 7:30, just kind of get myself ready for the day, studying, and then doing a little stretching and stuff like that. And then 9 o'clock we'll have our team meeting, which usually is 20, 30 minutes, depending on the day. And um, after that, we'll go to like our position meetings, like offense and defense will split up, and then we'll some days offense will be all together for a little bit. Some days we'll just split up positionally, um, and then we'll meet for I think it's an hour and a half. So that usually takes us to somewhere around close to 11 o'clock. Um,
Dude, all
then
that
after that,
before noon is crazy. Jeez.
yeah, no, it is crazy. And then we'll get a quick lift in before practice, which is kind of different for me. I'm kind of used to lifting after practice, but we'll get a quick lift in before practice, and then at 12:15 we're on the practice field, and then we're out there from 12:15 to 2:15, and then um, after that, it's shower, get something to eat, and then go up and watch the film, and that'll usually take me to somewhere around 4 o'clock, and then after that, it's kind of get ready for the next day. But that's pretty much it right now, and you know it's it's not as much as it is in season. But at the same time, I try to approach it like we're in season and try to get the most out of each and every day.
Yeah, dude, that's not as much as in season. That sounds crazy. It's a lot of
Yeah,
work.
in season, there's just so much more film to watch, so much more preparation that you can do for the weekend. And
True.
during this time, we don't really game plan our defense as much as we would like an opponent. So there's not as much film study going on the opposite side of the ball. We're kind of more focusing on ourselves and focusing on what we need to do better as an offense. And then obviously in season, you got to take better care of your body. Obviously, your body is taking hits every Sunday,
Yeah.
and right now my body's taking no hits. So I usually feel pretty good on a daily basis. So I don't have to do a whole lot of recovery. Um, Obviously, I'm trying to maintain my strength and maintain my health, but you don't really have to do as much like rehab as you would in season.
Oh yeah. 100%. Yeah. Um. So, you've seen a thing or two in the NFL now. You're going into your third year, correct? Okay.
Yep.
So, if you were to go back and give 18-year-old Sam Howell a piece of advice, just something that you wish he knew, what would that be? Let's go one football related, and then just something about life.
I think for me, honestly, I think it kind of goes for, on the football field and life. I think it would just be to try to enjoy each moment
Hmm.
more than I probably have done throughout my journey, just because I've always been focused on like what's next. After I accomplish one thing, I'm on to the next thing. And I think I could have done a better job of just taking in some of those moments that I've had, some of the good moments that I've had in my career, and just try to really be where my feet are and just enjoy where I'm at instead of worrying so much and working so. Obviously, I don't regret working so hard, but I just think that personally, I could have been more in the moment than focused on what's next. But that's probably the only thing I would say. I try to live my life with not many regrets, and I don't regret most of the things that I've done.
Yeah, absolutely. So, something that you do to deal with the lows, because being a professional athlete comes with so many highs and lows. Like, obviously, I can't say that firsthand, but it's pretty evident. Um, what's something that you do to deal with the lows?
I think for me, just like growing up, my dad has always been big on like teaching me that no matter what happens, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, it's always about moving on and, focusing on what's next. And, I think when there's going to be bad times, you're going to have a bad game, but, when you have a bad game, you got to show back up Monday morning and get ready to go for the next one. I think that's the best thing about the NFL is, if you have a bad game one Sunday, one loss in the regular season doesn't kill you. You have the chance 7 days later to bounce back. And you just got to take it one day at a time. And obviously, spending too much time thinking about what just happened and how bad it might have been is just going to take away from time that you could be spending on your effort to bounce back the next week. So for me, it's always about the process. Don't worry too much about the result and just keep diving into the process and try to go out there and bounce back the next time you get an opportunity.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. I mean, dwelling on the past doesn't fix anything. So, 100%. Yeah. And before we head out, what is one thing that you want all Seahawks fans, the 12, 12th man, the 12s, whatever they call themselves, what's one thing that you want them to know about you?
Yeah, it's a good question. I just obviously, me being new to the city, I don't know how much many people out here in Seattle know about my football career, just about me at all, but just how much I love the game and how much I love ball and just how much my job and what I do means to me. And I just hope they know that I'm gonna do everything I can to help this team and to help and try to be the best version of myself every single day. And when and if I get my opportunity out here in Seattle, I'm gonna try to make the most of it. And just try to take it and run with it and never look back. But I'm excited to be in this city. I'm excited to be a Seahawk, and I'm just excited to see what's in store for the future.
I'm excited for you too, man. I'm excited. I think this is gonna be a big year for Seattle. It's coming, and I really appreciate you coming on the channel again. It's like it's weird for me because the last time you were here was like my first time in front of a camera. Very different. Sam helped me a lot. Just like I didn't even know that like you could cut it while you were doing a video, and I would like just look at him and be like, "Bro, we got to restart." And he's like, "Relax." So he's definitely helped me a lot throughout this whole process, and it's nice to have you back on the channel a year later. Very different circumstances for both of us. So I appreciate you taking the
Yes, sir.
time out of your busy day. Um, and just good luck to you next year. And I look forward to the next time seeing you and running you up in basketball 1-on-1.
Uh, no, I
But
appreciate it, man. Always a pleasure coming on, man, and excited for you and kind of where you've taken this podcast thing. And it's obviously, it's something I'm glad that you started when you started. I don't think it's something you're really good at, and I'm just excited
thank you.
to watch this journey.
Appreciate it. Yeah. And to
Yes,
those of you
sir.
watching, I hope you guys enjoyed. Any Seahawks fans watching, I hope you know a little bit more about Sam Howell now. And appreciate you guys for tuning in. Have a good one. Peace.